Okay, we're here. Another episode.
Happy Halloween.
That's right. It is Halloween. We were going to get Halloween masks, but then we
I'm
were a
not
little late to the party on it. And Ben
I'm not a
says,
Halloween guy.
you just
I
said,
don't know.
no, what you said is you're not a dresser-upper.
I'm not a dresser-upper. Yes. I'll dress to impress, but, I'm not. I don't know. I'm just not
When did
going
that
out of my
happen?
way to. Yeah, I don't know, right? My wedding. No, I'm not going to go out of my way. Well, first you gotta like, okay, what costume do I want to wear? What am I going to do? And you got to put all these things together, and then you got to go out and find these things. You got to have time to go do that. It's just not me. It's just not me.
It's just not a dresser-upper.
I'm not a dresser-upper. Not for Halloween.
Dresser-downer.
That's right.
So
maybe next time.
yeah, maybe next time. We need to get it out. We do have Vampire Ben as a little cartoon. We should get that. I forgot to put that up on the Facebook.
I'm sure Chris can find Vampire
profile,
Ben somewhere.
Profile thing. Yeah. Anyway, but Turkey Ben is coming up. Christmas Ben's Ben running to turkey. That's funny. We'll put that one up
the best
tomorrow.
one.
That's right around the corner. Now holidays in order. Let's talk about that for a minute. So I'm watching football, and Old Navy's got a commercial out for Christmas already. And this wasn't last night. This was like Thursday, I think, or maybe Wednesday last week. And I'm thinking, we haven't even had Halloween yet.
Nope.
It's one thing to not even be in November, but I guess you have to have Halloween and then you are in November.
Right.
It's right after. But anyway, holidays in order. If you're out there listening, yes, no, is it all right? Like I know our friend Holly Lyle, she has a tree up. It's a Christmas tree, but it's a holiday tree, and it literally gets holidayed for Valentine's, for Memorial Day, for 4th of July, Thanksgiving, birthdays, anniversaries. So that's cool. I get that. That's part of your family memories, and it's a thing. I get it, but yeah, holidays in order.
I agree.
I like them in order.
I agree. There's people that love their own holiday, right? Like there's Halloween people, there's people that love Christmas, and they almost forget about the other ones. Thanksgiving is one that that's my favorite because turkey and apple pie, pumpkin pie, it's the whole thing, stuffing, mashed potatoes, corn gravy, the whole but Thanksgiving seems so short. You've got Halloween that kind of runs up against it, and then boom, like you're saying, Christmas is it overtakes that. People are decorating the outside.
Speaking of holidays, some of our manufacturing friends are Jewish. So the Goldbond family, the Tapman family. So they do holidays for a while.
That's true.
And there's one holiday I think it's called Sukkot. And this is really cool. So it's from when it harkens back from the biblical times when they were in the desert for 40 days, and they relive. They bring that back to modern time, and they have to build something with a natural roof in the backyard. Or you can go to temple, and they kind of have the kids do it kind of like at summer camp for Bible camp. They might build something, and it's in the yard of the church. At the synagogue, they have this thing, but they party in the backyard under this earthen. Yeah, well, that's what it has to be.
I like it.
It has to be natural, and they just party and hang out and kind of reconnect. And
I like that.
Gather
that sounds like my type of party.
Yeah, it's not like a day, but yeah.
And it sounds like you don't have to be a dresser-upper to participate.
I don't know all that. I just remember specifically the earthen top. So leaves or branches,
mud.
Might maybe clay. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But my friends, when I was on the wholesale side of this industry, I had a lot of customers that were Jewish and celebrated it, and they told me all about Sukkot.
And it was around this time.
I think so. Yes, I think so, because it was just before it got cold. I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
Interesting.
Anybody that has any other info on that, let us know. It's a pretty neat little holiday because you just gather with your friends and you hang out in the backyard, and
it sounds like a party.
It's a party. It's a party. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. So anyway, speaking of fun times, Eagles won again. It's fantastic. Our guest, we have a divided house in our guests here coming up. So maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that when we bring them on. But I'm still sitting here pretty happy.
You are.
My team is 7-0.
Yep.
I'm gelling like Magellan right here.
Mm-hmm. And
super happy about it. Those terrible team from Texas won again. Couldn't believe it. You know, Chicago, come on.
Yeah, the Bears.
Just do
Come on.
something.
Right.
They did put up 29.
I was
on
going to say the Bears
Cowboys,
scored a bunch of
though.
points,
They did, but it just wasn't enough.
you got to like play defense.
Yeah. The defense wins games, as we say.
Yep. You know, Philly fans are just on a high right now. We've talked about it a couple weeks in a row because it's happening. Like Eagles are 7-0.
Our guest is a Philly fan too.
That's right. One of them. Phillies are in the World Series, which is just like nobody expected that to happen at all.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Like, didn't they fire their manager early in the season?
Like
Joe Girardi.
50 games in, and then all of a sudden
and he's
they
won
became a
World
good
Series.
team. He has, but you know, I don't think the players bought into him, and they've really bought into his former bench coach, who's now the you know,
Next
coach
man
now.
up, underdogs. No one likes
And
us. We don't care.
Pretty much. So I'm you know, in a way, I'm a big Sixers fan, and I'm hoping that the same fate awaits Doc Rivers, Sixers coach, that happened to Joe Girardi. I just think they're in need of kick in the butt, and I think Doc has got to go. Sorry, Doc.
That's bold.
That's I feel like he's a Joe Girardi waiting to happen right now. So,
well, one of the teams has to be sacrificed for the other teams. I showed you that meme.
Yeah, the Sixers
I showed Ben this meme.
1-4 when you said that.
Yeah, and one of them has to be sacrificed. And sorry, Sixers fans. You know, Eagles are out in front. Phillies are on the verge. Flyers are doing well. I haven't checked in recently. And then the Philadelphia Union.
They're in the championship.
There you go, soccer team. We're in the championship. Who knew? So yeah, it was decent.
It's a great time to be a Philly sports fan.
But one team has to be sacrificed. Sorry, Ben.
Sixers. Well, they've won 2 since then, so now they're 3-4. So you know.
Okay. Well, we'll see. If
Doc heard me trashing him, so
it's your fault if it all falls apart because you didn't get behind. Get behind the sacrificial lamb of the Sixers.
I didn't go through the official processes.
Yeah. So you know, I mean, talking about being committed, we're here. We are a committed crew.
See, Pops agrees with me. See him over here. He agrees.
There you go. I like that, sir.
Yep. We've talked. We've talked.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to get you up there.
It's all right. That's all right. See, I just had my segue and now it's gone.
Killed the vibe.
Can't podcast with this dude right here. Doesn't want to dress up. Doesn't have time to get a haircut.
I do need a haircut. Pippity poppity right there.
Oh, that's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, I admit it.
So I forget where I was going with my nice little segue, but I was just going to say we continue to do. Oh, this was it. I was going to segue into this. This is going to be cold. We continue to do Reader's Choice favorite mattress store things around here. The showroom is. You talk about pippity poppity. The showroom is that.
Looks great.
It don't stoppity.
2 dudes did a fantastic job painting.
2 dudes
the building.
painted. They did great.
Furniture soup. Panels around us.
Yep.
Look fantastic. Create nice privacy dividers between our beds.
That's right.
And between customers.
Yeah, because it's kind of odd to have somebody, looking at you as you're testing out a mattress. So we realized that. We're like, let's give our customers a little better experience. That's what we did. This isn't a Philadelphia sports team with all eyes on you.
Right.
As is Philly sports.
Private.
We want to give you a little more relaxed experience.
That's right.
When you're in here. So
anyway, lamps.
We got some new lamps that look good. Yep. And really gives a nice feel. I'm really happy. Really happy with the new digs. Wonderful producer Chris from Cast Ahead sent us some nice podcast decor that is right above there. You can't see it, but if you come in and see it, it's really nice. So thank you, Chris. If you need anything podcast, you just reach out to Chris. He's in the show notes. But it's time to get this show rolling on. I think our guests are waiting. So we do prizes on the show. You get little tumblers there, right there over the shoulder for commenting, or a restaurant gift card. So throw your comments in, and at the end, we prize it up and pick a winner. And you can always catch the show on any of the podcast players and on really anywhere where video plays on your smartphone or on your TV. If you just search Lancaster Connects, you'll find us. Without much further ado, I'm going to bring on our guests because they're friends of Ben. I'm going to let Ben pick it up. But welcome, Megan and Justin. Really appreciate you from the Tread House. Welcome.
Hey,
Hello. Thanks
thank
for having
you.
us.
Yes, thank you.
So, Justin, we coached baseball together this past fall. Our boys, Julian and Dylan, had a fantastic. I shouldn't speak for Dylan. I know Julian had a fantastic time on the team. Dylan was great. Any feedback from Dylan on the season?
You know, he said the first base coach, didn't have what it took.
That must have been Rich or Jim or somebody. That was definitely. Well, anyway,
No,
we met.
We had a blast.
Yeah,
It was good. Coaching with you and the team, everybody was great. It was a good group of boys that were playing and a good group of guys that we were coaching with. So,
Yep.
and Dylan had a great time.
Yeah, it was the most fun I've had coaching. I've coached since dude was 4, and this was definitely his most fun season. So, bringing Justin and Megan on, their owners of Tread House. We talked briefly. One is a Philly fan, and one is not a Philly fan. Should we let our viewers guess who is who? Who's got the smile and who doesn't have the smile? All right, there we go.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Philly sports up here, New York Giants down here.
Hey, the Giants can fall into the playoffs with 6 wins at this point. So
that's true. And then
we shouldn't be winning.
But they're not undefeated, so
Recently defeated. Yesterday defeated.
Right.
It's okay.
wow.
That's right.
Okay, we'll remind all the Philly fans that the Devils are in first place currently, and Flyers.
Okay, all right.
So,
what happens when the Eagles and Giants play each other? Like, what happens in the McCarthy household?
Well, I feel like we definitely don't sit near each other. That's for sure. And we just bicker. We bicker at each other like an old married couple that we are.
as of recent, it hasn't been too joyous of an occasion.
Right.
But nonetheless, there's some promise. There's some promise with the Giants. I'm just hoping that the whatever the AFC has to offer in the Super Bowl will be good enough. I'm sure it will be, because
there you go.
There
you go.
Those are going to walk.
I know there's some families that when their teams are playing each other, they've got like a flag that they put outside, and it's like half one team, half the other team, that sort of thing. You don't do anything crazy like that.
No. But even down to our kids, they're split. It's like Dylan shames all the Philadelphia sports. Bennett, though, our youngest, is a Philadelphia sports fan, so it's like we even have it like separated.
That's funny.
So we have a family team, though, so we do like the Jaguars just because, you got to have at least like some Swiss moment.
Yeah. They're actually kind of winning. Yeah, we picked Jared Odrick from Lebanon.
True.
Yeah, we both either I played sports against him, and Megan trained with him, and he went to Penn State. And we both like Penn State, so
go JO.
That was
there you go.
Yeah.
Big decision maker.
There we go. Look, we're still friends over there.
We can make it happen.
We can make it happen. Nice.
Right.
All right. So we're here. You're here to talk about Tread House.
Yay.
Tell us about Tread House.
Yes. So we own Tread House. We're located in Penn Square, so right in the heart of downtown Lancaster. Our location is special. Our treadmills that we have line up against the windows and look out onto the square. So it helps get your mind off of the fact that you're working out. You can enjoy the view and take in all that our beautiful city has to offer. Tread House is an hour-long class, and it is half cardio, half strength training. So each day of the week, what is like a differentiator for us is a targeted muscle group. A lot of group fitness studios that offer classes are full body every single day. And we go against that. So we have targeted muscle groups where ahead of time when you come into class what the strength training focus is going to be centered around. So I think our members really enjoy the fact that they know ahead of time what they're going to be working through. but also they don't overtrain. And we injury prevent as much as possible to help your muscles grow and see those benefits from all the hard work that you put in. So the strength portion of our class is, I think, what a lot of people end up falling in love with. And we coach you to go off of how you feel. So as opposed to a device, we tell you to get back to the basics of your body, to listen to your body, those signals and signs that naturally happen. We can get disconnected when we're too focused on, looking at a screen or a monitor. And we coach you to just find that joy in your movement and to challenge yourself and to get inspired by your neighbor. And it's pretty magical.
Yeah, it is.
So Tread House is the name of the business, and it's also the name of the workout. Is that what I heard?
It's our business is Tread House, but we have throughout the day. So for example, today being that it's Monday, all of our classes on Monday are like chest and tricep focused. So all of the push motion. And now half of the class is going to be cardio, but ahead of time when you book and reserve that class that it's going to be chest and triceps. And then you'll see that on the schedule listed that it would say, 5 a.m. chest and triceps. And that same class would be the entire day, that template of the workout style.
So you have a unique story of getting started. I mean, I hate to bring up the COVID word, but it just did. So 2019, fall of 2019, you started your business, and then we all know what happened a few months later. Talk us through that process, getting open, the excitement of being a new business downtown, you're in a great building, and then, 3 months later, that happened. Walk us through that.
Yeah, that was, the first hurdle for us of, I'm sure, many that will come. But, we opened December 16th was our first class of 2019. So we're open for 3 months. And then in mid-March, we're shut down along with everybody else. And from there, we had to pivot, and looking for how we're going to pay for rent. Thank goodness we have good landlords that we lease from, and they allowed us to have some breaks, especially as a new business. It was very necessary for us.
Sure.
We pivot to
we pivoted away from the internet.
We did.
Yeah. Well, that sometimes happens. So, there we go.
You were gone for maybe 30 seconds or 20 seconds or so. So you said the word pivot, and then you were pivoted and gone.
Yeah,
and now they're gone again. Oh man.
Are we back?
No, we got you.
Okay. So we pivoted from being in studio to going virtual. We did virtual classes for about 3 months. We were closed for about 3 months, and it let us make some adjustments. We worked with LGH and did their Kicking COVID program. We went through, got a lot of certifications, worked with Americhem, and just kind of revamped our policies and procedures with cleaning. And as you saw in the video that Chris was playing earlier, we had all those barriers up in between. So our classes were at half capacity. We put those barriers up, which thank goodness they're gone now. But it let people feel safe. And one of the big things about us and our community is we want anybody to come in and feel comfortable. And typically that's just with who you are as a person, your mental health, your physical health, your body image, any of that. But through COVID, we also had that to worry about, whether people felt safe to work out. And so we did everything we could, building those barriers and putting those up doing extra cleaning between every single class, cutting the people in half to limit exposure, and then opening back up. We closed the second time too. So, but the second closure, we followed suit and closed as we were supposed to, and we came back in February of 2021, and we took our time plans for everything and made sure that we were opening back up in the right way, and here we are. We're back to normal.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you connected with LGH, and I don't know exactly what the connection was, but from your expert view, how much does good health, participating in active exercise, regular exercise, expand on that practice of good health just for your overall health and well-being? Like we kind of all know it's there, but like you can tell I'm not really a good practicer of exercise. I can say it. But we all together went through the last couple of years, and we all some may have heard, some may not, about how diet, exercise play into health and well-being, especially through the lens of COVID. But overall, expand on how important being active is to your health.
Oh, extremely. I mean, yeah, you just touched on it a little bit, but I mean, as far as I think a fun statement that I like to say, and you definitely hear our coaches say this too at Tread House, is you can't outwork a bad diet. You can work out like a nutcase for an hour, but if you go home and you're not fueling yourself properly and getting those nutrients, you're not going to see a difference. Like you have to make some kind of a change. And sometimes, each day that change can be in a different element. It doesn't always have to be physical. So like Justin was saying, like maybe it's mental, and maybe your focus today, that one thing for your health, because health is a big scope, can be meditation. And you can do that from your bed. 3 minutes. There's apps in this world that guide you through a meditation, and you feel immediately better. So looking to create small habits ultimately make a huge impact in your overall health. And the ripple effect is important, because then it helps lead you into making healthier decisions, healthier moments outside of work into your life. And it just can create an overall, like you're an active participant in your life. Whereas sometimes you can feel as if, you're foggy mentally, that you're not present for your kids when you come home from work. So it's just, you need a way to de-stress. You need a way to release and a healthy aspect to cope with this wild world that we live in. I'm hoping that we provide that kind of an outlet for our members and guests to the community here in Lancaster.
Yeah. So we're going a little left turn, because it's not on our questions or discussion points. Good podcast hosts, if you're listening, watching, we send out questions to talk about. This way we don't just sit here and stare at each other and wonder how we're going to talk, and then the host is left to dunk on the Giants fan and the Cowboys fan and the Redskins fan. Oh, I'm sorry, the Commanders fans. Anyway, so a little left turn in the question. So, I mean, really, listen, being healthy is about two things: eating less, exercising more, right? It really does come down to those.
It's a numbers game. Yeah, your calories burned, your calories output, input. I mean, at the end of the day, something does need to give, and you need to be mindful of that for sure.
Yeah. So most people, I think, understand that. So again, from your view, why is it that we, and I'm saying me, I could say me, not we, because everybody else on this screen's healthier than I am. So me, why is it folks like me continue to, like, I understand it, but what needs to happen? You said those small habits. What's that mental tweak that people need to get over in their mind? Because it's really, that's where the first deficiency is. It's in their head about something, about diet, exercise, health, and well-being. What are some of those things you see to help people kind of get over those hurdles?
Yeah, I think two big things is creating a routine. Making it part of your routine is so helpful and necessary. When you can get that going for a consistent period where you're working out, it doesn't have to be every day. It could be 3 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever you can get into your routine, and making that just part of a practice. That's really big. And then I think another big thing is getting out of your head. Say if you are not in shape, being around other people who might be in shape, going to the gym and not being ashamed of who you are or where you are at in your fitness journey. You need to feel comfortable with yourself, because everybody moves not at the same way. They are on different paths. People don't have the same goals. But something that we always say, no matter who you are, your movement is movement. Whether you're walking, you're sprinting, or running, it doesn't matter. You're doing something to help your body and help your heart. And one of the big things for us is all paces, all faces. That's what we say in our gym. We have people who are former professional Division I athletes, and we also have people who have never picked up a ball or anything like that and are out of shape. And we have a 7-year-old member in our gym. They move at different paces. Some people walk, some people are running, some people go on our bike. It's all different, and you have to get over and you have to feel comfortable with who you are. And I think that's another big thing for people to be doing.
Yeah, that's interesting. It seems like that's one thing that really makes your gym unique. I've watched some of your videos online, Megan. Megan, you're the I guess the fitness expert in the room, right? And Justin's behind the scenes.
He counts my numbers, yes.
There you go. So Megan, like part of your workout, session, like you're in front of the room, you're high energy, you're encouraging. You talked about doing that virtual. I'm sure that was a challenge, because being in person, there's nothing like being in person for doing anything, right? So you can talk a little bit about that, but talk about some of the other things that make a tread house workout unique, and also with the lens of everybody, all paces, all faces.
Yes.
I think that's pretty unique.
Yeah, definitely. So, I have to first and foremost say it's not just me. I have 6 other coaches that are running this show, and it is so cool to see how they have impacted our members and our guests that come in each day to classes. Because I am in no way, we cannot do this alone. So we have an incredible dream team that is putting in this work and the dedication to helping Tread House be Tread House.
And our front of house as well. We have great people at our front desk doing awesome things for us too.
Yes. So I would say that what makes it special is, for one, when we hire coaches, when we hire front of house, it's not just their resume, because from what I have found in working in the fitness industry, and what has also led me to want to open up my own business and my own gym, is that you can feel, if you're in a big box gym, that say from my own personal experience as a personal trainer, that you're not helped, you're not valued, you're not looked to be developed, or there's no path of success to improve on, that you're just there working for maybe someone or something. And it can feel as if there's nowhere else to go and there's no one to help you improve. So it always felt very frustrating trying to better myself and have a career in this industry. And I felt it being very necessary to open a business that provides a path for success for other trainers. And even front of house, we've had a number of front of house employees become trainers and coaches that are now off doing bigger and better things in this world too. So I would say our coaches, our staff are definitely an element in this business that differentiates us from other fitness studios in the area, being that they are nationally accredited with their certifications and their background. But also we hire good humans, because it's one thing to be a good coach, but what separates a good coach and a great coach is somebody who is going to go the extra mile and to make sure after class, like, hey, I saw your head was down in the last like minute of class. Like, is everything okay? Or if you're coming in and you're maybe a little bit, to yourself, like just kind of tapping in to see, like, having a conversation. One of our core values that we believe in is having a human connection. And, virtual workouts, they're great. They're convenient. And even to have, a space for you to do something at home, like, absolutely, movement is movement, which is what you want people to have a healthy and live a healthy lifestyle. But at the end of the day, there's something to be said about making a human connection and having energy in the room, having an atmosphere that lights you up, that gets excited for you to come back to. And I feel as if, like, that's what helps keep a routine. That's what helps keep you motivated on days that you're not feeling motivated for yourself, that you know that you can go somewhere, that people are going to encourage you, for you to tap into being your best and to check in on you. So, like, having that good people, good energy is something that we really pride ourselves on, that our members love and have been helping us through our first wild year of business, that not only did they come back, but they're bringing friends. So it's been really neat to see the loyalty that they have for us, and to share that, we're still here.
Our community.
Yes.
Yeah, very neat. So your facility, I noticed as we had the video up, so your name's Tread House, but then you've got some pretty cool looking equipment that has actual, like, tread in the
Treadmill.
Like, see, I'm so unfamiliar with it. I don't even know what to call the equipment.
It's not a pigskin. What is it?
That's right. Yeah, if we're not laying people out, I don't know about it. Anyway, so that's pretty neat. So, like, tell us a little bit about that. Like, yeah, there was one of those little half exercise ball things.
So we have we have dumbbells. So we all have free weights, and at your station you have a TRX. That's a suspended trainer. So think like rope with handles. All body weight exercises can really go with the TRX. We have resistance bands of all levels. We have mini bands. They're super fun. We have an ab dolly. So it's basically like a little scooter with wheels. I like to joke and say that it's kind of like the Oregon Dairy cart, where you never know what direction you're going to go into. So you really have to keep your core tight. But we also have those BOSUs right there. So that is like that half ball stability training. So it's really good, again, for balance and that core. And am I missing anything? We have benches. So, we can use those for chest step ups. But our dumbbells go up to 100 pounds. So a lot of the strength training aspect of the programming is, again, like what people, I feel like, really fall in love with Tread House, being that we stay in microcycles. So for 2 full weeks, we go through the same modality or the same progressive like overload. So we safely encourage people to increase the weights that they're picking up, being that we start in hypertrophy, where we have like 20 reps, which is a lot. It's a lot of volume, but you are using light weights to get through to 20 reps. And then for 2 weeks, we stay there. Then we start to come down in the rep count, but maybe load in a different manner, like having a tempo on the floor where you come down for 3 and up for 1. We go through 2 weeks there, and then we start to chip down. We chip down again, where we're now in like 6-4, just 2 reps. where we really encourage you as coaches, and we're there to help spot you, but to go into your max lifts. And we're there for 2 full weeks where we really encourage that growth. So the strength aspect of our programming, people see a lot of results with in a safe manner for them to progress forward.
Yeah.
Your facility, I mean, the pictures, it's top-notch equipment, beautiful setting. Acorn Acres, our guest from last week, which I don't know if you caught. I did it. You did it 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we had a celebrity on, and if you didn't see last week's episode, you should definitely check out last week's episode. Poppy, yes. So Justin, you saw, yeah. So we had a celebrity. I mean, you two are cool, but I don't know. Poppy's like
I can't
list
be
of guests. Poppy's up here, and everybody else is like right here. I don't know.
Well, Megan's cool. I don't know that I can say about it.
There we go. So I want to know, like, why Lancaster? There's all kinds of facilities and maybe places that might be easier to get to, whatnot, that you could have a business. Why downtown Lancaster? Why that building? What's so cool about it? And I mentioned Acorn Acres because she said just walking past your studio creates positive energy. So why that studio in Lancaster?
Well, I mean, so I actually grew up in Lancaster City in downtown on Orange Street. And so it's near and dear to my heart. And, we had moved away, went to college in Virginia, lived in Richmond for a while, which is a great city. But when we had our second kid and we wanted to start thinking about, all right, what are we doing with our family? There's no better place than Lancaster. And, we moved back here, and it took us a year or two to realize that we needed to open up Tread House. And, being back downtown around the downtown district is just so cool. The community of business owners, the small businesses down there, there's no community like it. And to be part of that is just so meaningful. Everybody around there is the Lancaster City Alliance. I don't know if you are familiar. They just do such great things. And monthly, we always try to go, at least one of us, if not both of us, to those meetings. And it's just awesome to hear, see, talk to all the other people, and be kind of a unified front of working together and helping the city and providing awesome services for everybody and working together. And it's also great people watching when you're on the treadmills, looking out into the square. So, if you're like me and you don't absolutely love running, if the coaches and the music aren't enough, you get to see what's going on and people watch while you're running on the treadmill.
There's never a dull moment, that's for sure.
Megan, you'll have to tell me when Justin works out, because I'll come on the street with my Underdogs mask on.
Yes.
From the 2017-18 season, and I'll do Fly Eagles Fly chants right in front of the window.
Oh gosh, I would love every second of that.
Well, the good thing is the Lancaster City Alliance is also great. They have ambassadors that walk around, so I'll make sure they come and talk to you.
Citizens arrest.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, we met. I was just confirmed. We're I don't know what episode. This is 60 something. And we've had Lancaster City Alliance on, and the lady's name escapes me.
Ann Williams, right?
Ann Williams, but there's a lady who is in charge of, I believe, of the ambassador program. She does a fantastic job. Poppy's dad works for Lancaster City Alliance. What?
No way!
Talk about being a connected community. Wow.
Nice.
Man, them groundhogs are pretty
special.
intelligent.
I mean, you go to different small cities
Yeah.
around even the state, or if you're traveling, Lancaster is very connected. And, especially through the pandemic, as small business owners, we really linked together. I know the restaurant industry, the food, the alcohol business, like they were all doing like a hub together, and they connected, they came together. So it's really, really something special to see. Like, community can be a washed out word, but I feel as if Lancaster truly has a community. And
yeah, I would say Lancaster City lives it, breathes it.
Yes.
Eats it.
Yeah,
got
we
good
look
food.
out for each other. I think it's important that we look to partner more. It's hard out
That's
here.
awesome.
So, speaking of partnership, you do. So you're on the show, not necessarily for Tread House, although we're happy to have you talk about Tread House. But the entree onto the show is about doing good for the community. So you run these donation-based classes. Tell us about those, and where did that idea come from?
Yeah, so we have every last Friday of the month. So we do this every single month where we have all of our classes on the schedule. You'll see a special list that says community class, and all of the classes are free. So with opening our doors to the community, we, for one, hope to make it accessible. I think, the boutique fitness industry can have that shell shock of like a price range, but we hope to be a place that isn't an issue, that people feel as if they can come and sweat with us in our space, because we look to sweat with people outside of our doors as well, being that we look to do things on Sundays. Typically we have and host run clubs that are free as well, but we're trying to do a little bit more in the studio. And so with our classes being free, what we ask members, or what we ask guests, is to, on behalf of a local nonprofit, is to donate and look to give back and to support. So every month we link arms with a local nonprofit here in Lancaster that is meaningful to our hearts, and we just keep paying it forward.
That's awesome. So every month it's a different nonprofit that you're donating the money to?
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and
That's cool.
whether it's we've done a lot with the LGBTQ community, like during Pride Month, or if there's no good like timetable of what makes sense, we find things like the edible classroom. They go around to different elementary schools and help show them how to grow different plants and how to create a garden.
Mm-hmm.
And we raised enough money to give them all watering pails so they could all have that. And each month we're raising that money. And this month it's Girls on the Run.
Great organization.
Yeah, and it's not exactly a local. Usually we try to keep it to a smaller local nonprofit. But this month, Girls on the Run, we're actually going to partner with them for Extra Give as well. So we are going to be starting this month and moving into Extra Give, raising money for them for their charity.
Very cool.
That's awesome. Girls on the Run, if I'm not mistaken, they were started in Lancaster, right?
I believe so. They've grown now too to multiple different cities, and it's really cool to see their expansion.
Yep, my daughter went through that program when she was in third grade, so a long time ago, 5 years ago. Man, it seems like yesterday. That's crazy.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
time flies.
It does.
It certainly does. So yeah, love all you're doing with the donation based classes and the impact you seek to create. That's very cool. What are some of those other events that you do to like bring in people into your space? And I like how you say sweat together. I like that.
Yeah. You sweat for a good cause,
Right.
Yeah, so outside of our space, we do like those run clubs, and we'll do outdoor pop-up workouts. They're typically free, just to try to get people moving and partner with other people that we love, and help push people towards there and showcase those other small businesses. And a big event we do have coming up is next week, starting November 7th to the 13th. We have open house. So our open house is all week. It's free classes. So we're opening it up to the whole community to come in, and like Megan said with our community days, make it accessible to everybody. And we're just having a nice long week of free classes. Everybody can try us out and check us out. There it is. That's it's Monday, chest and try day. So it's just a great week for us, and we definitely love to have this week where anybody can bring in their friends, or anybody that's been checking us out can no financial burden or strings attached to come check us out for that week, which is great. And of course, then we do offer our lowest rates that week as well, just to make sense. But it's always a fun community event to even see new faces or see some other old faces, and always a great time to have that event in our space.
So that open house week that runs which day to which day?
Next
What are the
Monday
dates?
is November 7th. That's the first day of open house. So this is like what we're calling our hype week. But yeah, next Monday the 7th, we'll go all the way to Sunday the 13th.
Very good.
That's awesome. Good luck with that. What's next for Tread House? What's on the horizon?
Ooh,
We talk about this.
I know.
Yeah. whether we want to expand or just keep plugging away and figure out ways to really offer more within our own studio. We are working on wellness programs a lot lately. That's something that we can do without going outside of our brick and mortar spaces. Megan does have a background in corporate fitness as well. So that's something that we've been working with a lot of businesses with on how to grow and work with them on their corporate wellness programs. But the idea of another location keeps popping up. So no promises, but we'll see.
We're headquartered in Lancaster.
Forever Lancaster.
Yes.
Yeah. If the stars aligned and everything worked out, where would you put that next location?
Megan wants to be near water.
So New Jersey
or a beach house.
I don't know. We go, like what Justin was saying, we go back and forth on it, but I feel like, all these fun things and owning a business and trying to multiply, but at the end of the day, like if you just have one to focus on, you make it so good. And I feel like I want to put all of my eggs into Tread House and just make it the best that it can be, and to just better Lancaster in all the ways that we can, and just stay creative here, So it is fun to think of, but Lancaster is it's too good.
Yep.
To answer your question, honestly, it would be a place that has a community like Lancaster does.
Yeah, it would have to match. It would have to match Lancaster's vibe.
That would be the biggest differentiator for us if that were to happen.
Yeah.
Well, to give a plug for Lancaster again, I mean, Lancaster City was voted the #1 best small city in America. So I guess we should just look at number 2.
Right.
And that might be the place to go. Right.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah. That's right.
Well, you've got a fountain across the street, right? Isn't there a fountain in the square? You're near water.
It's right in front of our space.
Yes.
Yeah, you're you got water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
All right.
Justin and Megan, thank you for being on, talking about Tread House. I love what you're doing downtown, and all the community things you do all the things you do for the Lancaster community. If you got a few more minutes, we'll do our connection cocktail here, get to know each of you a little bit more than we already have. I mean, we've already established the football thing. And
normally we don't let non-Eagles fans do this, but we'll make an exception since you were smart and you married one.
There we go.
All right, so being downtown, we mentioned restaurants and food, and you got to have a favorite go-to downtown restaurant. Megan, you can go first. What is that for you?
Ooh, okay. I would say the Horse Inn. It's delicious. Just like from beginning to end, the cocktails are great. I mean, the burger, I don't know if you've ever had the cheeseburger at the Horse Inn, but pretty good. And the French fries, you guys.
Yeah, I've had
So everything. The drinks, the burgers, the fries. Like, just Megan, what's next on the menu?
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't had a bad thing at Horse Inn.
That's good.
I won't repeat that. Double C. I love Double C. That's a great place.
What's Double C?
So, are you familiar with John J. Jeffries?
Yeah.
Same owner. Opened up a second spot. It's on Prince Street, right next to the College of the Arts, the Pennsylvania College of Arts.
Yeah.
And the new police station right there on that block of Prince Street. It is kind of like a Mexican fusion. Really good. Really good cocktails. I love mezcal. I have a good mezcal list on there. So
Interesting. I've never heard of that.
So maybe the Horse Inn is your place to go. I was going to ask the follow-up question as you were answering because, well, the fitness folks are going to like pick the good places.
Yeah, the
So,
foodies.
but like you started right out with cheeseburgers and French fries and great drinks. So I'll ask it this way: when you've earned it and it's just like time to throw it all away and get greasy and just eat like me, maybe, where would you go?
Sugar Bowl. Oh, I'm not allowed to answer. Okay.
I love Cavilar.
What was that?
Cavilar on Queen Street.
I don't know where that is.
Oh, you need to go.
Yes.
No,
They
but
have a
how could
very-
you be you and know where that place is?
It's a butcher, so
Yeah.
their meats there are just
They're all fresh. Everything they do is that they have really good burgers. They have a daily special. They have the Mac Daddy, which hits home for me. Lots of good food. That and Route 66 is very good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we found new food correspondents for the Lancaster Connects podcast.
Yeah.
Blazing Jays. Oh my gosh. Hot chicken sandwich.
Yeah, Blazing Jays. I've had. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's
Very good.
delicious.
All right, I'll ask the next one. What's your favorite annual event that you like to go to?
Ooh. I would say, I don't know if it's like annual event, but the Fulton, now that they're like back in after the pandemic and COVID, like I've been trying to go to each play that they have that's coming up next,
Yeah.
So they just had Kinky Boots. That was so good. And they're getting ready for their Christmas. So I'm very excited for their next show. So I'm always excited to go to the Fulton.
I think the right answer is the Red Rose Run. That's what you're supposed to say.
Right.
I love the mayor's tree lighting too. That's always great.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
space, so we definitely make a fun little night of that as well. So we can be out there and then come right inside and
Yeah,
have a couple of drinks. And
that's true. Santa shows up.
celebrate.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
That tree
Very
lighting
good.
is usually around the Santa Stumble.
That's right.
That's somewhat near and dear to our organization, baby.
That's right.
So last question. When you have family and friends from out of town, whatnot, and you're bringing them into Lancaster, they're staying, you're showing them a good time. What part of Lancaster or Lancaster City do you like to impart on them? Like, what do you like to show off about Lancaster?
Definitely, if it falls on the right day, Central Market.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
It's a staple. I feel like just being in the space and seeing the structure and then walking down those aisles and seeing all the local produce and the local businesses. There's new stands every time we're in there. And you can't look, I'm saying it again. You can't not get a donut when you're in there. It's just so good. There's such good food.
It's got a good balance of food and fitness, right?
I'm telling you, these are the fitness folks to work with because they're like throwing down on donuts and French fries and
They like these
booze and
balance.
It is.
Yeah, life needs
Blazing
balance.
Jays chicken. They've got the balance. So if you need to figure out your fitness balance, it's them.
Right. Yes. Yes, it
all right,
is.
so Central Market.
I'd say Central Market. Being downtown, and there's so many cool shops. Like Fox Duck is right there. They make really cool shirts, hats, sweatshirts.
Okay. Yep.
They designed a lot of stuff for some really cool brands too. But the stuff they make for that they sell in house is really neat. But yeah, being down there, lots of cool things to see and do. Just being downtown is so fun.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, very cool. Well, listen, this has been a lot of fun. Really appreciate you taking the time to be on the show. Ben, thanks for bringing your baseball friends on. That's great.
Sorry for the torture, Justin.
Yeah,
for
it's all right.
the football torture.
I mean, the Giants are what 6-2 now, so I I was
You're doing all right.
I was expecting 2 and 6 this year, so
Okay, all right. Well, so you're what do they call that? Living on borrowed time or something? Or you're
yeah.
I don't know. That's probably not the right term, but
But you can always fix this. You can always just just go gangrene and that's it, man. It's all
That's
good.
right.
Dude.
I'm coming around the idea of the Phillies. That's we've gone to a few games and
He's worn my jerseys. It's great.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I did that. My dad had things to say, some things that we can't say on air.
you've got a little Bryce Harper thing going on here. A little Bryce Harper beard.
Yeah. It's rubbing off on him.
Yeah, I think he saw what I had, and it's always go O's.
There we
All right.
go. Phil's in five.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, look, this was a lot of fun. Treadhealth717.com. Hype Week's coming up November 7th to the 13th. Just really cool space. Go out, get your sweat on. They love to sweat with other people. Treadhealth717.com. Check them out. Hype Week open house all next week. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Lots of fun.
All right. Well, listen, I mean, if you want to be a guest and have fun and I'm waiting for a Cowboys fan to come on, man.
We gotta find
that
one.
show just might have to be nothing but just dunks back and forth on each other for the whole show. But I have home field advantage because I can load up with memes and have Chris just drop them on it. But if you want to be a guest and you're open to it and you're open to all this tomfoolery, go to LancasterConnects.com/guest and we'll get the process started, get you on the show. We do prizes.
We do.
I keep looking back here. Little less snore, more cuddle drinkware. You get a choice of flask or a tumbler. Our guests would like that because we're giving you water. Water is good for your body, not soda. Don't drink your calories. That's always bad.
You could put your cocktails in here, though.
You can put your cocktails in here. Yeah, it's always. I guarantee you had some baseball moms on Saturday morning with a little bit of wine in their tumblers. So if that's your thing, we might enable that. We do prizes, so we'll get the prize later fired up here momentarily. You have a testimonial this time?
I do.
Framed one.
Handwritten testimonial here. Nice legible font, which is always appreciated from our customers.
That's right.
So a couple things on here. Tell us what you thought of Drew as your salesperson. It was a busy sales floor, but Drew was quick to address us. He was able to answer all of our questions and was very knowledgeable. So, sometimes we get very busy in here. You've probably seen some people walking back and forth. Sometimes on a Saturday and Sunday, it's a hot sales floor. There's maybe 3, 4, 5 couples in here at one time. We always try to address, make everybody feel welcome that's coming in. And, we might not be 1-to-1 in terms of salesperson to customer ratio. We play zone defense. So, but we will always get to you. So I appreciate our customers' patience, but also overall experience as a family was wonderful and would certainly recommend Gardeners to family and friends. So her family comment spoke to the fact that it was not just her that was in, it was her and her husband and their family. And they all felt, again, welcome in here. And they thought that we took good care of them. I know there's a lot of salespeople or organizations that look at, when kids come into the sales floor, or into the showroom, and the kids are going to bounce on the beds, they're going to mess things up, and I think people can feel that, like, oh, like my kids don't feel welcome here, or they shouldn't be here. So we never make kids feel that way.
We just scoop them up and put them in the dream room, lock them,
give them a vacuum.
Yeah, that's right. We put them to work. Go stack the pallets.
See that dust over there?
Yeah. My Sleep Better tip. So we'll mail you a copy of the Sleep Better book. Go to gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better. So to pick up where Justin and Megan left off about routines. So one routine you could do that will greatly help you. You get to lose some calories while doing nothing, right? Which is kind of opposite of everything our guests just shared. But anyway, one little routine to build positive habits would be to stop eating by 7 o'clock at night. So if you can have no more food in your stomach after 7, that's ideal, but maybe that's hard. So maybe you start at 9 and then you work back to 8 and then you work back to 7:45 and 7:30, whatever routine you can adopt, you're going to do your body real well, because your body really does need to work on itself throughout the night. So if it's digesting food, it's got to do that first. and then you don't get to wash the brain of the excess proteins, and that actually can contribute to Alzheimer's and dementia down the road. So real simple. Stop eating at a certain time. Try to make that as early as possible. 7 o'clock is ideal. Just really allows your body to kind of reset itself. All right. So that would be that tip, and we'll mail you a whole bunch more. gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better.
That's one that I don't follow very well.
Yeah.
And it's important because
Yeah.
I do feel different.
It is. So today is the last day of our anniversary sale. We were doing free gifts. We have extended financing. The financing absolutely ends today. The 3 years signed, sleep and dream. So that's where you get to basically come in, purchase a mattress. If you use our financing, you just sign it and you pay the bill later. Pretty simple.
0%.
So that does end today, but we have some anniversary gifts left over. So we'll extend those till we have the gifts. And then when those are gone, that's gone.
What a deal. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So we've got that going on. And then we're in view of Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend. So we know those specials, and we'll be able to offer you those too here coming up. So it's right around the corner. We're ready. Hope you're ready. Holidays in order. Thanksgiving tonight. I hope your trick-or-treating goes safe.
Halloween tonight.
Halloween tonight. Yes. What did I say?
Thanksgiving.
Jeez, I might as well have said Aaron's Acres to Poppy last week. Anyway,
Acres?
it is Acorn Acres. But anyway,
Poppy's been commenting.
I know. Love it. I love it. So that's what we got all going on. I think that's enough for this show.
Well, we gotta see if Poppy
I keep
wins.
forgetting the prize
Poppy
later.
Poppy
My
may,
goodness.
if Poppy wins, would Poppy choose one of the drinkware tumblers, or would Poppy choose the restaurant gift card?
Poppy's like, let me go out too, and
We'll find out.
Acorn Acres wins. Love it. If you didn't tune in, you got to watch episode 68. Acorn
Hands
Acres.
down, the best
Poppy,
episode.
the Emmy-nominated groundhog, came
all of
and
our
joined
episodes
us
are
and
great.
just slayed it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Poppy.
So congratulations, Acorn Acres and Poppy. We appreciate you very much. All right. I think that's it.
That's it.
I think we've had enough. That's enough of Lancaster
Episode 70
Connects
next week.
for this week. Episode 70. We'll see you.